Hey everyone, and welcome to Oriental Homies. I am Reza, and with me is Mehdi here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hey there. And we are just going to talk about 2025 in a nutshell, I would say.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand?
Yeah, it was painfully funny. So,
Some other place.
of course, as you mentioned, 2025 is going to be ended, and basically, what a year it was. I mean, like,
oh my God.
what the hell? I mean, every year we say that what a year it was, and the next year has just so many more surprisings to just offer.
But 2025, at least for us Iranians, just stands.
Oh yeah, it was historical.
It was
historical.
It was something else. It was different. It hit different.
Yeah, it was painfully funny.
Not that funny, dude.
I don't know.
But it was.
I mean, people just make fun out of it, but yeah, but it was painful.
It was
more than
painful.
just being
It
funny.
was exciting. It was
Exciting. I'm saying funny, and you're saying that's bad, and then you
funny.
say
Is
exciting. Thank
laughable,
you.
dude. Funny is. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
It was interesting.
let's make this, for God's sake, let's make this episode a serious one.
It is serious.
Yeah.
We're never serious, but it is serious at the same time.
So, okay, so, of course, I want you to talk about it more on this episode because you of course, you're being. I mean, you're more obsessed with following the geopolitics,
I am.
and I just want to be a more or less a kind of a listener here. Could you just give me a list of and the sequence of events that just what happened in 2025 from the first days until
Oh
now?
my God. So I tried to put together a list of stuff that happened. I tried to just go through it and we can talk about each one. And, 2025 started, and delivered as promised. I mean, the year started with Donald Trump getting sworn in office.
Yeah.
Became effectively the president of the United States for the second time after after 4 years of just talking about the election,
Just
2020 election being stolen.
Just another sane person in the White House.
Yeah, yeah. And this time with vengeance.
Oh, these events.
This was different, dude. So, yeah, he came back to office and immediately everything started to change. I mean,
Yes.
I remember the first 100 days, it was crazy. Everything was changing. The rhetoric was changing. And he was talking about tariffs. He was talking about
Just about, I mean, just let alone the foreign policy thing. He basically just declared war against these kind of LGBT kind of movements, about this kind of identity politics in the United States. I mean, this is not our issue as far as I'm concerned, but I think he was shaking the whole world and country as well.
the political and cultural climate of the United States. I mean, it shifted significantly. And his appointments, his appointees.
Just look at the FBI.
FBI director like Dash Patel.
See you, man, Walhalla. What was that? For Charlie Kirk.
No, Indian people love other Indian people who get somewhere and achieve something.
Oh,
But
that
none of
makes
them
sense.
just accepts Cash Patel. He's like, everybody's like, no,
Yeah.
he's not with us.
I don't understand. I mean, Iranians always think that the head of NASA is Iranian.
Yeah, we always think that.
So I think so. But probably Indians feel the same, but for this guy is different. I mean, if you just look at them, the dude just doesn't make sense as a person.
My God, he's a clown.
But anyway, I could just
And
not.
let me just point out
Yeah.
to some other insane appointment, like
Like who?
Pete Hegseth.
Oh,
Who the hell is Pete Hegseth?
the guy who doesn't wash his hands in the COVID. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a huge U-turn, like compared to Biden administration and what was going
That's
on
right.
over there and what was going on the world stage. So we had that at the very beginning of 2025. So Donald Trump ran on a program and a project called Project 2025. It was promised that 2025 is going to be changing everything. So, yeah, the year started with that crazy event which ignited all these following events. And in the same month, I mean in January, this new war basically started between Rwanda and Democratic Republic of Congo, which it's a conflict that's been going on for like 30
for
years.
For years, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a new level, like a group called M23. I don't really know anything
I really
about
don't know
that.
either, so I think
Maybe someday we talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on our audience, basically, if there is any.
Do you think that we have any
far?
far?
If there is any, or hopefully if there would be.
Yeah, I think we're the audience, and we like this, so probably we would be talking about it.
So if they'd like it, we would talk about it later.
Just produce and consume ourselves. Thank you.
Yeah.
So just one thing. So you started with the rise of Trump and conservatism and the far right, or the right in U.S. politics as a whole. But the thing is, which is I think really important, is that when you look at the first days or even when you look at the first months of 2025, basically at the end of 2024, so many things were already happening in the world, especially in the Gaza war, in the Ukraine war. You had the war in Lebanon, South Lebanon. I mean, the Israelis just practically invaded Lebanon.
Yeah. You had Syria.
You had yes.
God.
I just had forgotten almost. Oh my God.
You had Iran
you just
and
saw,
Israel.
Yeah, you just saw Al-Qaeda coming to power in Syria.
Yeah.
Technically, by the help of Israel, Saudis, Qataris, Turks, and also Americans. Such a game. And everything was at its peak at the moment. That 2025, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, and then just Trump was added to this recipe. So I think we just need to understand the whole thing, the whole package. And you were just saying after January, I think you said the Rwanda thing, and then what happened?
Then in the February, when Trump came to power, he promised to be the president of peace. He promised to bring peace. He promised to bring an end to
America
the
first.
war in Ukraine. Like he was like, the first day that I'm elected, it will be just done. And everybody knew that's bullshit, but...
So we could use bad words.
To an extent,
Such a jerk.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Okay.
I'm polite. What do you think?
Oh, you're too polite.
Yeah, in English, I'm so polite.
I'm really
Dude, we're talking about
myself.
Trump.
So, so there was all these demands for the atrocities in Gaza.
Yes.
I don't know if we're calling it Gaza or Gaza or Gaza. Gaza. Yeah.
Gaza, okay, go ahead.
Whatever.
You want to make it like Farsi? Gaza.
Gaza, we say Gaza.
The beat girls. I'm sorry to my ancestors, but yeah.
Yeah. So, first idea that Donald Trump had for the war in Gaza to end was Gaza Riviera.
Thank you. Very, very practical.
Yeah, it was like, the United States will capture that land. It will own that land, and they make it the Riviera of the Middle East. They basically cleanse every Palestinian in that land. He said it. He said, Palestinians need to move from that. And when they asked him, the journalists asked him that, are they allowed to come back after the reconstruction, and are they allowed to come back in the Riviera? He was like, no, not really. So it was.
I shouldn't be laughing right now, but I mean that's just how stupid.
Yeah, it was basically what Israel couldn't get through war. He was trying to get by peace. He was trying to get by ceasefire. It was so stupid. So that really shook everybody to their core. And then, then came some other.
So we're now in February.
We are in February still. Then we had the formation of national government in Lebanon.
Oh, yeah. Joseph Aoun. And the prime minister. What was the name? I just forgot.
Yeah, I have
I don't care
name.
about the person.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
So after
Who cares?
years and years of not being able to form a government in Lebanon, which was due to like excessive power of resistance, like excessive power of Hezbollah in the political
Atmosphere, the political environment of Lebanon. Yeah.
in the political process of Lebanon. Americans, basically French government, and also our friends in Saudi Arabia, they didn't really like the government that would be
Yes, that would become out of the resistance.
yeah.
Right?
So it wasn't something for them that they
So
could
basically,
accept.
it was
So
like
they
a,
blocked the process for years, and Lebanon struggled really bad. Everything gone south, and we will, inshallah, talk about Lebanon. We will have somebody from Lebanon that can talk to us. I don't
yeah.
know when, but
we will.
it's
Yeah.
in our.
And the thing is, Lebanon topic is so hot right now. I mean, it's just
It is.
it's in the media right now.
It is.
Already. Just look at it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we will get to that like at the end of 2025.
So we had the formation of this new Lebanese government, which was we all know that it was kind of like it was the American project. The people that just came out
American
of
Saudi project.
it. Saudi, yeah, I mean Saudi American, just not so much of a difference.
Yeah,
let's say.
kinda. Yeah. So
And at the same time, we had the power of the resistance group in Lebanon, like the Hezbollah and all these groups, just diminishing dramatically.
yeah, they were hit hard.
You had Said Hassan just getting assassinated, and just all the things that just happened afterwards. And
all
Syria
their
again.
commanders
yeah.
in their elite forces, they were martyred. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, so many things happened.
And
Yeah,
the new government in Lebanon, actually formed on the basis that their like sole mission is to disarm Hezbollah.
yes, not to defend Lebanon against
Not to
Israeli
defend
aggression
Lebanon,
at
no.
all.
And by the way, Israel is still in Lebanon and is expanding daily. It's
As it is in Syria as well.
as it is in Syria. So that was another thing that had a lot of ripple effects that you can today still you can feel the effects of that in Lebanon and in events that are happening.
Yeah. It's a still ongoing story. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and we will get to that later in this episode. And then we had uprisings in Bangladesh.
I mean,
Crazy.
I think there were mass protests in Bangladesh before 2025. I mean, there were even in 2023. I'm not sure. I'm not an expertise on this, but I remember. I think that they just toppled down the government.
This year,
No, the year before.
I'm
I'm not
sure.
an
I'm not
expert
sure.
on this, yeah.
I don't remember
But
that.
I still, yeah.
But this was I don't really remember the specifics, but I think it was like a uprising by Generation Z people, Z or I don't know,
Yeah, Gen Z.
Gen Zs, yeah, and it was
My friend, let me just tell you something here. Basically, I mean, literally every mass movement that just occurred in the past year, it was rooted in Gen Z movements. You had this in Nepal, absolutely Gen Z. You had this in Morocco. You had this in Bangladesh. You had this in Indonesia. Everyone expected it to have it in Iran, still not yet, but maybe. So Gen Z is just coming to power. And it's a really interesting thing. I mean, every subject that we're just discussing here has the capacity to be discussed in just a different episode. But just to give you some clue, I think that's really interesting. And Bangladesh was not an exception. Yeah,
exactly. And there was like all these protests throughout African nations, also Gen Z oriented. It like crazy year for Gen Z and the governments
that's right.
that dealing with them. And about your point that we still have not had our Gen Z uprising, I think we had it
we had it 3 years
ago. 3
ago.
years ago, yeah. We're a little bit
still
ahead on that schedule. So, then came March, which is special for us, for Iranians.
Oh, yeah.
There was this letter from Trump coming to Ayatollah Khamenei.
Yes.
And
he basically said that.
Yeah, it was like, we can negotiate and reach a deal. And it was like, yeah, we can reach a deal that is acceptable to you as well as us. And we were like, okay, that's workable. And
The next
at the end
paragraph.
of at the next paragraph was like, if we don't during like this 60 days window, it's gonna be war. And we were like, oh,
Thank you. Very, very logical.
yeah. So it was an ultimatum, basically.
Yes. It was a threat, basically.
It was a threat. It was an ultimatum, and Iran was always open to negotiations based on like common sense.
If you look at the history, that was the case.
Yeah,
Unlike what it's been always told in the whole kind of propaganda media.
yeah.
Also, I think we had the Yemen-America war at the moment.
It's the next item.
Yeah,
it's
it was
the
in
next
March?
item. It was in
Okay.
March. Yeah, and that was the start of 5 or 6. The 6th round of negotiations never happened, never took place.
I think
right?
it was supposed to be Sunday,
Yeah,
but in the Friday, the Israelis just attacked Iran, which is we're going to talk about it.
So yeah, it started like 5 rounds of negotiations between Abbas Araghchi, Iran's foreign minister, and Steve Witkoff, the special envoy of Donald Trump. And to a certain point, it looked like Americans came back to their senses, and they are like viewing the matter kind of logically, but everything fell apart
But basically,
later on.
it turned out that the whole negotiation technique was kind of a false flag operation. So many people believe that,
I do
especially
not agree that
the last round.
Exactly.
Because
it's
they
absolutely
thought,
true about the 5th round
Yeah.
and the 6th round that never
That
happened,
never happened,
never
yeah.
took place. Negotiations round before that, they were actually real negotiations, but
Yeah, but I mean, when you just demand Iran to have just 0% enrichment, I think that's something that says that you probably don't want to have a result. And of course Iran disagrees with it, and then just happens what happens.
Iran puts a very reasonable suggestion on the table that we could form a regional, I don't know what's the name, a regional cooperating system of nuclear civilian system. I don't know, that the enrichment part would take place on islands in Persian Gulf.
Which is not Iranian soil. Yeah?
No, on Iranian soil,
But in Persian Gulf.
but in Persian Gulf.
With the help of other,
Yeah, everybody is involved. Like
they're cooperating, all the countries together.
they're cooperating. Like Saudis, like
So Iran basically
Emiratis.
went that far.
Yeah, we went that far, and we were okay to reduce the enrichment levels to 1%. This was a level that we, even in JCPOA, we never.
It was, I think, 3%, something like that, around 3%. Yes. You know, something that is mind-blowing to me is that, and quite interesting, is that, okay, as an Iranian, I always know that there are some kind of, let's say, quote-unquote, hardliners who are all the time opposed to any deal with the US and Americans. And it is said and it is believed that so many of these hardliners are in the government, especially including the supreme leader, as they say. But the interesting thing here is that on this round, even in the media, in Iranian local media, you could barely see any kind of serious opposition to these kind of negotiations. Basically, anyone was kind of willing to have this kind of...
Exactly.
But even still, they refused it. The Americans, the Westerners.
And they have a history of being stupid.
I mean, wasn't it in their benefit? I'm not sure, but
It was. I think it was. It was beneficial for both parties. They could get what they wanted. We could get what we want.
maybe. I mean, even I think maybe under a basic scenario, maybe it would be in their beneficiary more than us even.
Exactly.
But Americans. I mean,
As they did, like during the Bush era,
yeah.
then which many people don't know this. So there was this letter from the Iranian administration, reformist administrations at the time,
Super reformist.
super reformist administration, like in 2003, 4, something like that, which was not authorized by the supreme leader.
Yeah.
The letter was basically, we will stop all the nuclear program altogether. We'll stop the missile program. We'll stop everything in the region that we are doing. Just let's have a deal. Let's have a comprehensive
Even that
deal.
kind of stupid letter still doesn't.
And Americans didn't even respond to that. Why? Because they were like, we are too strong. After Iraq, it's time for Iran.
Oh, thank you. And still, Americans are in Iraq. They're not in Iraq. I mean, like as they were, and also in Afghanistan. They're just.
And we are in Iraq. As we will later get to this, there was this election in Iraq, which is crazy.
So we reached to this Iranian thing. Okay, that's it. I think in the Iranian part, in the Iran-Israel war, we'll talk about it more. I think. What was the next topic you were talking?
In March, we had U.S. attacks and operations against Ansarullah Houthis in Yemen.
Yemen, yeah.
As everybody knows them, but their official name is Ansarullah. So they started this escalation, military escalation, heavy attacks like on Yemenis infrastructures, military personnel, military bases, everything.
As well as
Civilians, anything they could target. They did it. And they had to seize the operation like in a humiliating way. Like oh my God.
Yeah.
Americans lost 2 F-18s to Yemeni, as they call them, rebels. Why? Because they locked on their aircraft carriers twice, and it had to change course. And F-18s, just expensive and super advanced jet fighters, it fell into water.
2 of them, not just one.
In the ocean. That's how strong is America, and
that's how strong the Yemenis are.
That's how insanely strong and effective Yemeni military is. So then there was like these talks mediated by Oman, and Ansarullah stopped hunting American shipments in Red Sea. There was this ceasefire between them.
Yeah, I think I remember when it was the negotiations. Just correct me if I'm wrong. I remember while they were negotiating, and then they just reached this conclusion. The Yemenis decided not to attack any, let's say, American targets or American interests. They just not endanger these interests, but they didn't mention the Israelis. And the more interesting thing is that basically the philosophy behind this aggression of the Americans and the invasion of Americans to Yemen was due to ensure the safety of the Israelis. And it was, I don't know, I really don't understand how the Israelis would view this kind of deal between America and Yemen, especially after how many days of war? I don't know, between Yemen and America.
It was long. It was like more than a month.
Yeah. After all this, and after all the bombardment that the Americans just did there, they had this kind of, as you mentioned, kind of humiliated way of ending this. What was the point of view from the Israeli point of view? What was their stance on it?
It's so interesting you mentioned. Yemeni government, or Ansarullah government, kept attacking like the Eilat port in Israel days after their ceasefire with the United States. And the US was basically like, okay, I can't do any more to harm them. I did as much as I could.
And still they're going.
They're undefeatable, maybe. And this is the problem with everybody that is like facing Ansarullah and Houthis.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, how hard it could be. Let's bomb the shit out of them and it'll be over.
And never it works.
It never works, yeah. Like, it didn't work with the Saudis, it didn't work with the Americans, it will not work for the Israelis, although there are still plans that they want to take them out still. I don't think that's going to work.
It reminds me of Afghanistan, as they say, the
Yeah.
graveyard of emperors. And
Yeah.
it is, definitely it is.
Exactly.
And Yemen seems
Up
to be
to
the same case.
2015, no empire was foolish enough to attack Yemen. So for for this fact to be like known to people, but it is known
It
all
happened,
right
yeah.
now. Yeah, everybody knows that right now. So yeah, we had that military operation. What a year, man! Like,
We're just in the first, I mean, we're still in spring.
if we're still it's the first month of spring.
Yeah.
So yeah, then came the TikTok ban in the United States. Everybody panicked, especially the teenagers, and it had really and
Yes.
the Chinese government to a certain point they stood their stance. I mean, they
So you think
they didn't give in for that moment, but later on,
You think China won this game?
kinda
Or
not-
it was not a one-lose game at
No, it
all?
was not.
Oh.
China did not lost it all. Okay, that's what I'm saying. At the end, the deal they made, they have still 30% of the shares, and they are effective, like in decision makings and stuff. But yeah, they you know. And it delayed so many times. I mean, it was supposed to get banned until it is owned by a United States-based company.
Uh-huh.
And it didn't. Like, it went out for like one day, for 24 hours. I don't really remember that, how much it was exactly. And it came back. And Donald Trump was like, yeah, I'm giving this 90 more days, as everything else that he gave 90 more days. Like Ukraine war, he's still giving 90 more days
I mean,
to end.
that's Donald Trump.
And this was one of the first instances of taco,
Okay.
a new political term that came to be known as Trump always chickens out, taco. Yeah. Then came April.
Thank you. It's just April.
Yeah, not really sexy.
What is happening?
Was China conducts Taiwan
Collect
encirclement
yourself, dude.
drills,
That's okay.
coercive signalings and stuff like that.
How about the tariffs? We didn't have it in April?
I don't think so. It's
I remember
later
it
on.
was, yeah.
I think it's later on. I don't know. I had the tariff.
I mean, it
stuff.
was a period of time. It was not just one event.
This day, the National Liberation Day, that they celebrated, that the tariffs were announced by Donald Trump with that blue table, infamous blue table. I don't know. I'm gonna search that. When was it? I had it on my list. I don't know where is it. It's not that.
I think there were two
early
waves
in
of
the year.
tariffs. Yeah, it just shows how well prepared we are for this episode.
Oh my God! Yes, we
Because
are.
we are sure that we have no audience basically. So we're just free talking, just calling April not sexy. Thank you, and especially April, not for example August or December. April.
I mean, geopolitically speaking,
It was not interesting.
nothing happened basically. Although Kashmir attacks happened, which later on.
Okay, so thank you.
triggered-
It was absolutely
No, not the war, but the Kashmir
okay. That
attacks.
was the Palangham.
Yeah.
I think it was Palangham, something like that. The name. Yeah. That there was this attack in Kashmir that just happened, and I think the India occupied.
Yeah.
I think the Indians wanted it to be named Indian controlled, but it is Indian occupied. I don't care. Who cares about India just listening to us right now? But in the India occupied Kashmir, there was this attack against the tourists, and I think more than dozens of people just were murdered, including Muslims, not just Hindus. I mean, even there were Muslims among them. And it just it just ignited this kind of clashes between India and also Pakistan, because India believed that it was the Pakistani intelligence service behind those attacks. And it just led to the 5 days of war, or even I don't know.
5-6 days.
Yeah, let's say around a week war between India and Pakistan. I think it was in May.
It was in May.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then came the war between India and Pakistan.
The real war, huh? The real war. The Indian movies war.
So, yeah, May is pretty sexy.
I'm not the one saying this, guys.
Yes, I am.
If there is
I
any
am.
guy
This is
over there.
Mehdi, and May is sexy. May was sexy. So,
Say
in
it
May,
one
we
more
had
time,
the ceasefire between the United States and Ansarullah. We had the war between India and Pakistan. Maybe you should talk about this war. I mean,
Yeah, I'm basically it was it. That's it. But the thing is, the ceasefire was interesting. The ceasefire was something astonishing, because suddenly, I mean, everyone was just waiting for, the escalation of clashes between the two. Suddenly, just Donald Trump appeared on TV and just announced that, okay, now it's done. I did it.
Yeah.
There is a ceasefire between these two. And then it turned out that it was not that much of Donald Trump playing this role, and Indians were so
pissed
off
off.
about it. Because I just forgot to mention that basically when you look at the whole spectrum, I mean the international analysis, many people believe that Pakistan was the winner of that game, of that kind of war between itself and also India. Because firstly, India was the aggressor. India was the one that started the kind of the war and the aggression. And the thing is, the Pakistanis, thanks to the Chinese military equipment and military technology, was absolutely able to, I think it just toppled down, I don't know, 5 or 6, I think around 5 India jets,
Yeah,
fighter
Indian
jets.
fighter jets.
And it was something
like
weird.
Eurofighters,
It was French Rafale fighter jets.
Yeah.
And it was not just about India and Pakistan, it was about China versus the West technology. And it just, I think it was the first time that everyone really realized that China's strong. China's military technology is strong. So India was so pissed off, was already pissed off. And also, after this ceasefire, and the very important thing to mention here is that the conflict is still going on. And many people believe that it will somehow another war will break out. So I think that just ramps up the whole thing about the India-Pakistan
And
conflict
even
right now.
even if Pakistan didn't win actually the war, they won in like the media, in the public.
Even on the ground, because India targeted some bases of the terrorists, as they say, and also, of course, there's so many of them are terrorists. This is not a game, but they basically were not able to just silence Pakistan. So Pakistan is still just doing what it was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, I'm not in favor of any of it. But yeah. And the thing is, the game between India and Pakistan, because there's so many elements and parameters around it, like their kind of rivalry in Afghanistan, in the Central Asia, in Balochistan. So many things to happen. Yeah, so many things to talk about. But in a nutshell, just want to sum it up. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So then what happened?
Then, oh my God, this is an important one. Then came the first major foreign tour of Donald Trump, foreign visits of Donald Trump. He came to the Persian Gulf, Arab states of Persian Gulf, and he visited Saudi Arabia, he visited Qatar, he visited United Arab Emirates, and there was this... And by the way, he did not visit Israel, which was huge. The first time around, I think he first went to Israel.
Yes, of course.
First or last, he went to Israel.
Yeah.
And this time, no.
Saudi Arabia was his first foreign trip.
Yeah, exactly.
That was huge, yeah.
So, yeah, he went there. There was all these deals between the United States and Arab states. There was this airplane that Qatari government
Oh my God.
gifted
God,
Donald Trump. It was a
dude.
huge, like,
Dude.
I think it was the most huge bribe ever given to anybody in the history of mankind.
And I'm like,
The
dude,
biggest bribe ever.
what is that?
It was weird from
And then
Qatar,
just-
and it was weird from Trump to just take it like,
Just
yeah,
loved
okay,
it. He
yeah, it's
loved
great.
it.
I love it.
He loved it.
Yeah, and it
And I think the Qataris just make him even more spoiled. Just look at what happened after that.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, and he promised to these states, GCC, basically GCC estates. Let's call them GCC estates.
That's right.
These data centers of
AI.
artificial intelligence, yes, AI, to be placed in like Saudi Arabia, in United Arab Emirates. I don't know about Qatar, but maybe Qatar. And that's huge. That's really impactful. And all the promised investments from GCC states in the United States and technology transfer from the United States to the GCC, it was huge. And also, not let's mention that there was this shady business between United Arab Emirates and Donald Trump's son and son-in-law.
Yes.
Yeah, in like
Yes. And it's not just the UAE, it's so many countries. They're just basically they're just doing business with the Trump family.
exactly, like Indonesia, Pakistan.
Everyone, yeah.
So many people relate these clashes between India and the United States with
Yeah.
the financial relations between the Pakistani army and the Trump family, which is crazy.
Which is crazy, and it's just I don't know why is the US governing system, I don't know, is it still, I mean, is it that broken that I'm thinking about right now? I mean, like a family business could just disrupt the whole foreign policy?
You know,
I
in
don't
the United
know,
States,
like-
the president has a lot of power. Okay, the president has a lot of power. I mean, there was this guy talking about the United States, and he was like, I think Donald Trump is the first guy in the White House that actually read the book on what president can do. Everybody before him was like, no, I cannot do that. Like Biden was, no, we have to go to Congress. And Donald Trump is, yeah, shit, do it. Yeah. I like that. Do it.
Yes.
Do it. He's doing everything he wants. So let's move on.
Let's move on, yeah.
And another important thing that happened on that trip was the meeting between him and al-Jolani or Ahmad al-Sharaa.
al-Sharaa, yeah.
It was crazy. Like
It was crazy. Just to put it some context, Ahmad al-Sharaa was, or Abu Muhammad Jolani was the guy, the Al-Qaeda affiliated in Syria, terrorist organization. Everyone was just labeling them as terrorists, especially the Westerners. I think he had a prize of $10 million or something, even more, yeah, on his head. And still the prize was going on at the moment that
Exactly.
the
Oh my
president
God,
of the United
exactly.
States just visited him.
Exactly.
I think this thing about Jolani and about Ahmad al-Sharaa tells us a lot, because I know when it comes to, especially if the audience are supposedly audience, if we have, probably if they are Muslim, I mean, in the Muslim world, it's a great kind of, it's a huge debate about what just happened in Syria, Iran role, what just happened in the whole thing. And we need to talk about it because so much of it is just propaganda. But just let's put it aside for a bit. But the process of what just happened in Syria and the Assad regime was just down, and then just these terrorists just came to power, it just tells us a lot about how politics are just working in our time. Just think about it.
Oh my God.
But yeah, you were saying. So
I think we need to like speak about Syria, talk about Syria in a whole other episode. How does a corporation of terrorist organizations, terrorist groups, it's not a single group like Tahrir al-Sham. It's a
they're
coalition.
thugs. Look, they are thugs because look, I know. When I'm talking about all these things, I don't want to sound like a Westerner that calls Islamists terrorists. No, because I don't believe they are Islamists at all. they're just thugs. Many of them are just some thugs. Especially, I mean, I'm talking about the leadership, not just talking about the ordinary people, of course. The thing is, just look at what they've done and what they're doing now. They are allying with Israel technically. Okay, now someone would say, how do you say that? Because they are being bombed by Israel. But the whole thing is different. Just think about it.
The mere fact that they are right now in direct negotiations with Israel tells a lot.
Let alone Israel, the Americans, let alone the Saudis, let alone the Turkish.
Let alone Turks. No.
Which all are kind of allied to this kind of axis, which is the Israeli axis. They don't want to call it, but that's it.
It astonishes me that a terrorist organization, and let's call it Islamist jihadist terrorist organization, a coalition of so many extremist groups that they claim to be jihadist and Islamist, they came to power, and the first thing they do, they start negotiating.
Yes, yes.
Bowing down to
they are jihadists on just in front of other Muslims. Just look at what ISIS has done. Just look at what they have been doing in the past 2 decades. And still they're saying that Iran was just this kind of genocidal. This is laughable. This is just so funny. We could be talking about it a lot. But yeah, so many.
Let's stop coping.
But what I care here is that we should not label them as Islamist. They are not Islamist. That's it. Ahmad al-Sharaa is not Islamist. He's just I could say this. He's just a pragmatic politician. Like Muhammad, like MBS, like Erdogan, in its own sense. That's my understanding of the whole situation. Because how could you name yourself an Islamist and you basically don't care about Palestine, which we have a war in Gaza, and you're just in direct negotiations? And under this kind of pretext that, oh no, we need to be strong, and then we will just protect our brothers and sisters in Palestinians. Come on.
And
I'm joking. Come on.
I can understand Ahmad al-Sharaa. I can understand that he's a pragmatic politician and stuff like that. But people under his command, are they all practical and pragmatic?
I would say many of them
politicians?
are Islamists, even though many of them are kind of really extremist way. I mean, in its stupid kind of extremist way.
Yeah.
But still, they care about religion, I would say. But these
how
people,
do they
I don't
come how are they okay with this? Let's move on.
Yeah, we just talked about it a lot. We still haven't talked about Iran war. Just go
Oh
ahead,
my
dude.
God.
We're already 46 minutes. What is happening?
Okay, we're gonna be here all night, guys. All night, baby. So yeah. So then came June.
The lovely June.
no, not lovely, dude. It was horrendous. Awful June.
Lovely.
But the first part of it was fun. Trump and
Elon Musk. Epstein files.
Get to these clashes, and the Epstein thing starts rolling, and
Still no one knows about it. What was that?
yeah, it was crazy. We'll get.
I was I was on a train from my city to Tehran, and I just had I was just looking at my Twitter at the X at the same time. I'm just thinking about it and everything that is just happening in my life, and suddenly I just saw the tweet of Elon Musk, in which he said that the big thing is that, if I'm not mistaken, Donald Trump is on the Epstein list.
Yeah,
And he doesn't want you, so
Epstein files.
Epstein files, yeah. So basically, that's why they do not publish the whole. And I was like, is it a parody account, something? I just moved there. It was not serious, okay. And then I just said, okay, so all the media was just full of this news. And it was just unbelievable.
And the funny thing is that you have this kind of scandal and those photos and emails that coming up. And it's still going on. The United States government is legitimately going on. Donald Trump is still pretty popular.
Underage girls? Well, come on.
That's okay. So yeah, that was weird too. And then
the lovely part of June.
The absolutely lovely part of
historical.
The season of shahadat for Iranians. Martyrdom.
Season of shahada.
June 23rd?
13th.
13th. It was
Khordad in Iranian calendar, Persian calendar, right?
Jalali calendar.
Jalali calendar. Oh. Oh my God. Why are you okay?
Yeah, Israel started attacking
Okay.
Iran and basically Tehran, and this whole thing started, which is
The 12-day war, as they say.
just talking about it, I get into my PTSD.
No, I'm absolutely okay with it.
It's
If you want,
so
I could
weird.
talk about it.
Yeah, you go ahead.
No, basically they just attacked us. They just killed all of our commanders, and they just went out. And then we said, okay, that's the thing. Okay, now we have missiles, and just missiles were rained down on the Tel Aviv, and everyone was just clashing over it. And then the Iranians were kind of very painfully excited about it, and
Exactly. Everybody was like,
we were terrified, but at the same time we were excited. I don't know. Iranian society is a really
it was a
weird
weird
society.
experience. It was a truly
And then,
weird
yeah,
experience.
I just in a nutshell, just I think we've been talking about it a lot. Then, just the war was still going on, and I think we all had this idea in our mind that it is going to last kind of for months, for weeks, yeah. And then the Americans decided to just bomb the Iranian nuclear facilities, which they did. And then the Iranian kind of response was kind of attacking the Iranian air base in Doha. I said Iranian, huh? Okay. That's how exciting it was. So, so we basically, yeah. So we bombed the American.
You insist that we didn't even attack American base.
So we bombed the American air base in Doha. Poor Qatar. Qatar was that.
Not in Doha. It wasn't Doha.
No, Qatar. I don't know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about anymore.
It's
Right.
far away from Doha,
Yes.
by the way.
Qatar is a small
Exactly,
country,
but
so
it's still very
yeah. So we bombed them, and then everyone was just waiting for the real war to
Exactly.
happen.
It was like
I was like,
holy
oh my
cow, it's
God.
going to happen.
Just let's write our will. But it was a ceasefire.
Yeah, Donald Trump was. I was like checking Telegram. I was checking the social media. Actually, at that time, I didn't have access to Telegram. I was checking Ballet, which is an
Iranian
Iranian
Telegram.
messenger app, and there was like two things happened. One, the night that the U.S. attacked Fordo, I was like scrolling my
Fordo, the nuclear facility.
the nuclear facility, main nuclear facility that the Israelis couldn't
Bombed themselves, yeah.
bomb themselves. I was like, everybody was stressed out. I knew that Americans are going to do something like in the next 24 hours. But we didn't know what it's going to be, what's the scale, when it's going to happen. And then I saw the tweet from Donald Trump. He was like, yeah, we bombed them, and all our airplanes, all our bombers are safely out of Iranian airspace. And I was like, that was it? It happened? Holy shit! The war with the United States is starting!
That's why when I say this is funny, you're laughing.
Exactly. Some parts of it,
It was,
is
but painfully funny. We're just making a joke out of it, but it was serious, of course.
it was painful. And we will. I give you this promise that we love to talk and share our
Yes, because
experience with
there's
you
so-
about the war.
Absolutely.
As
There's
as
so
two
many.
ordinary Iranians.
No, there's so many details about it.
Exactly.
We're just trying
It
to.
needs to be talked about.
Iran-Israel topic is not our topic here, of course, as none of other topics that we discussed was our topic. But we really need to talk about the ceasefire, and more importantly, we need to talk about what is going to happen, because I think we have a kind of a disagreement here that I believe that we are going to have the war. I mean, short to midterm,
But it's like
but we
minor
know,
details.
but we
are
know
up to
that it
discussion.
is going to intensify. Yeah, like it's just the ceasefire, and not the ceasefire like an agreement, because there is no official agreement between.
It
the
was just
two.
a cessation of fire.
Absolutely. So we're literally still in war.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And we are building up arms. They are building
absolutely.
up.
So
like,
it's just kind of a
air defense
We're
systems.
now in the middle of this kind of war of, different domains, but still going on. And so after the Iranian war and the ceasefire,
And then came the TikTok framework deal, which right now I'm too tense to talk about right now because we were just talking about our whole life
Our
being shook to
homeland
its
being
core.
bombarded. Now we're talking, dude. I was going to be shot twice in this war, and then you're talking about TikTok.
Not bombed. Just listen. Shot.
I saw the guy with the AK-47. He was just shooting in just towards me. I was like, "Thank you." It's going to be interesting.
It was crazy, and we have so
Tehran
many
streets.
things to.
Tehran streets at that moment was absolutely like. It was like, we call it the Texas.
I don't know
The
when
West Wild kind of.
exactly. I don't know when we are going to talk about it, but make sure to tune in on that episode.
hilarious.
It is going to be
It was
epic.
hilarious. It was hilarious.
We have so many interesting stories to tell you, and it's a different point of view. You're not gonna get that.
So just put the TikTok in garbage. I don't care about it.
Okay, so
Just let's talk about the more serious
this was
atrocities. And
this was
things.
whole July.
July.
Yeah, no, nothing happened in July basically. So
Pride. Pride is June or July. I'm so innocent.
I don't
Okay.
know, and I don't care. And when was the clashes between Pakistan and Afghanistan? I don't.
It was in just 2 months ago. So it was like October or something.
Okay, so because I don't have it on my list,
I mean, Pakistan's always. I'm like, dude, we have more serious things to do. What are you just fighting with your neighbors right now? We're going to be banned by India, by Pakistan, by Afghanistan, by Americans. Why are we going to publish this?
Because nobody is going to listen.
Basically, we just could.
Speak to ourselves, to each other. So they and then came the August, and there was this peace agreement between Armenia and Azerbaijan, or as Donald Trump called
Albania.
Albania and Azerbaijan, which I don't know
Very
when they
informative,
get into a
very
fight. But
Yeah.
yeah, this was huge, and it has huge implications for Iran, basically. And we have so much to talk about this one too. If there is any developments on that front, we'll talk about it later. But it was weird. I was shocked when they announced this, that Americans are going to build that railway corridor, and which basically covers all the border between Iran and Armenia, which is very important, absolutely crucial for both Iran and Armenia and Russia
And Europe. And it just disconnects Iran from the rest of the world. Technically.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge, and we just don't have the time to talk about it. After that, we had the Putin summit in Alaska. That was funny.
The B2. The
Oh
B2
my God,
fighters.
the B2s.
bombers.
Oh, he loves the B2s. Oh, that's so stupid. We don't even know how much damage is done by the B2s. But anyway, nothing came out of that, but Trump still announced that, yeah, it was a huge success. What's the result, dude?
It's like he just repeated it so many times that it just became a joke to us. Dude, you're not supposed to be a joke to me. You're supposed to be a threat to me. I need to be scared of you. I'm not. You need to do something. Even when you bomb me, you make it a joke. And I'm like, but yeah, okay, so then...
Yeah, he's a scary joke.
He's a jerk. I think jerk is just the word for him.
So then came
Yeah.
another important thing in global geopolitics and with huge implications for us Iranians. JCPOA snapback
Oh my God. I just didn't have it
last
in
days
my
and last
mind.
moments of August, and it went into effect, I think, in October.
Yeah. it's-
Mid-October,
the
like-
snapback was, yeah.
Yeah, days after my birthday, basically.
Oh my
that
God.
was Europeans' way of telling me happy birthday, and we are struggling with economic implications of that right now in Iran, which is something weird, and we'll talk about that later too. We have so
We
many
basically
topics to
will
talk
talk about everything later. Why are you still listening? Like,
and we don't know if
just give something for the audience to stay, to remain here.
about the economic situation.
No, about the podcast,
About
this
the podcast?
episode. I mean,
Oh.
in any episode, we say that there's so many things that we will be talking about it in another
Well,
episode.
there are.
I understand.
What do you want from me?
And
I'm
I
just
think
I'm
you
just
reach-
wrapping up the
you're-
whole 2025 for them. What more do they want from me?
You're you're like right now. I think you were in October, right?
We are in September.
September.
Just entered September.
Oh, 11th of September, 9/11. What happened?
Oh my
Charlie
God.
Kirk was assassinated.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, that was another. I mean, that's it.
It was huge in the United States, and like
We're talking about a country being
I
bombed.
oh
right
my
now, so-
God. Just when I think that the United States and like basically America cannot surprise me anymore, they come up with another new.
New idea. Yeah.
Last night, I was talking to one of my friends,
Yeah.
and I learned that right now in social media in the United States, they're talking about that Charlie Kirk's wife is trans. What? Why? What?
I'm really happy.
And
that I'm
what
living in
does
this
that have to do with
country
anything?
That we don't have water anymore. We have sanctions. We have this kind of inflation of I don't know what the hell in percentage. I really don't know. But still, we don't have such topics in our country being talked about.
It's so weird. And
What is this?
my main question was that, okay, even if that's true, what the hell does that have to do with anything? What? Just
I'd rather follow the news between India and Pakistan rather than just
yeah, exactly. I think the most important thing about her is her involvement with Israelis. I just know that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
No, that's not conspiracy theories even.
No, it's not. But I mean, that's just a fact.
But yeah,
That's just a
let's not
fact.
talk about them anymore.
Just like Jeffrey Epstein being related to Israel, he is.
Okay, that's another thing. Yeah.
Ehud Barak was in his.
No, I mean, yeah, okay, anyway.
Okay, so in September, we had U.S. boat strikes in the Caribbean. The start of a process that is going to be soon another very successful operation of regime change of the United States, because they have been very successful previously
Just
in
like
all
Iraq,
their operations.
just like Afghanistan,
Yeah,
just like Yemen.
all of them. So yeah, we had that. Oh my God, so many crazy things happened in 2020.
We're just reaching the most important
Exactly.
parts of it.
In September, we had Israeli strikes in Doha.
Absolutely.
It was,
Absolutely.
it shook.
Just look at the Qatari prince. I gave you this huge airplane as a bribe so that you would protect me. And that's the result? That's why when I say that's why are you gay? I mean, like, is it the result of your successful foreign policy, Mr. Qatar?
Oh my God. I mean, Qatar is trying its best to be a friend of the United States.
So that it would not be attacked by anyone.
it would not be attacked,
It would
but
be attacked by Iran and Israel at
at
the same time.
time.
Of course, we didn't attack Doha. We attacked the American Air Base.
Exactly.
But they attacked the downtown Doha.
And interestingly enough, their attack killed more Qataris than Palestinians.
Exactly. And not just ordinary Qataris, like ordinary intelligence members.
Yeah. They were security officials.
Security officials.
It was crazy. And that changed everything in the Middle East. And I'm not exaggerating.
I agree.
Like, Israel instantly became a real threat for all the GCC states, including and especially to Saudi Arabia.
Of course. The biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah. If they are able to, if they have the courage, if they have the audacity to attack Doha, there's like civilian neighborhoods, they will attack Saudi Arabia's like missile program or air bases. And by the way, American air defense systems are not going to do jack for them. Okay? Nothing.
Whatsoever. That's why when they say that you should not buy your security, you need to internalize your security. That's it. I mean, domestically, you need to produce all these things. But of course, and
that attack actually facilitated the security cooperations between Saudi Arabia and China, and Pakistan as the,
of course, as the mediator, kind of,
as the middleman. Yeah, the mediator. And that's crazy. That's crazy.
Like, but
that's a huge blow to all the United States strategy for the Middle East.
There are so many, I think, nuanced kind of details about this, because we still have this kind of alliance between America and the Saudis. But I absolutely agree that the Qatar, and I think it just shows how stupid the Israelis are. Nonetheless, that how strong they are in terms of their, they say, military, in their equipment. Just look at them. They just look at them. I sometimes think about it, that just imagine that such strong kind of support and such strong kind of equipment, military and technology we had. What would happen? Maybe we would be stupid because we would be so much like kind of
I don't
boasted
know.
about
That
ourselves.
level of stupidity needs a certain level of being a genocidal regime that just Israelis have.
Yeah, I mean, like
Anyway,
this-
they want the greater Israel to form. They want all the land from like
and they're doing
the
it.
Mediterranean
They're
to
technically doing it,
exactly.
but at the same time, you see that they're just doing something like that. It's just the way that they attacked Iran. They thought that when they attack Iran, all the people will be in the street and that's it. The Iranian regime will be down.
Yeah.
But still, it's unbelievable to us, the whole thing that just happened. That really, was that your strategy? It didn't happen. I mean, what was it? What's that? Anyway, still.
We need to dive into that later. Snapback taking into effect.
Snapback hit just hurts.
And and there was this wave of different countries, and especially huge European countries like United Kingdom and France, recognizing the state of Palestine, Australia and some other governments in Europe and elsewhere.
That was big.
That was big. Also, it showed that the pressure is real, but it was just a gesture. It was just an empty gesture,
I think
basically.
you can look at it
but
in two different ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's never practical. Yeah, especially short term. But still, it shows that how damaged the whole Israeli image right now is in the world. That's big. That part of it is big. But yeah, technically, they just do this kind of thing in solidarity, and still they just give Israelis bomb to just kill people. I mean, like that's the beauty of our timeline.
God, yes. And we have October, which biggest things in October, the ceasefire in Gaza took place.
The most important thing.
The most important, and the remaining like Israeli hostages went back,
Quote unquote, yeah.
yeah, and but the awful situation in Gaza still remains. Everyday people, and let's not forget that Israel still like occupies the big chunk of Gaza too, and they're not going to go away. We know that they don't.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they want to occupy all the land. They have been.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. And oh my God,
What happened?
we have the fall of Al-Fasher in Sudan by
the Sudanese
RSF.
conflict. That's just another one.
Yeah,
That's
we
just
wanted
another
to
one.
speak about it, but it took so much time to get all the equipment.
No, we definitely will have another episode about it because
We'll have a huge deep dive on all
I
the
think-
history of Sudan. It's going to be very interesting. Who is
Sudan,
RSF?
yeah.
Who is?
what's the role of Emirates in all
Oh
this?
my God! Yes, the United Arab Emirates. Even if we don't talk about Sudan in specifics, we will absolutely talk about the United Arab Emirates
Yeah.
by the grace of
I
God.
think Sudan is one of the most underrated genocides. that
It's
just
been going on for
happened in
more
our
than
time.
2 years, and it's been on the news for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, like you have this kind of genocide. I don't know. Thanks to Emiratis that they're always on the right side of history, right? With Israelis and now with the RSF. Just look at them.
RSF in Libya, in everywhere, in Yemen.
Okay, I cannot go to Dubai anymore. Thank you for your podcast.
What?
I'm just depriving myself from entering any of this country. I'm just criticizing any country that you name.
It's fine. They are very democratic.
And I have so many criticisms of this country that I'm right now that please just, what is happening? Why are we doing this?
Okay, then we have November. We have Iraqi parliamentary elections, which was huge. I mean, nobody predicted it, but it was a huge win for forces close to resistance, forces friendlier to Iran, and forces that are not very friendly with like Saudi Arabia and United States. And there is yet to be a government, a cabinet to be formed in Iraq, but the elections were big. And
But I think they have plans for Iraq, definitely. I mean, like
Oh,
the
yes.
Americans,
Oh.
they're so serious in this dismantling and disarming the resistance movements in Iraq also, as well as Saudis are their allies and Israelis.
and watch that during this time that they think they have all the region in their hands.
Yes, they don't want to use, they don't want to lose the opportunity.
So yeah, after that we have Mohammed bin Salman. MBS visits the White House, and there was this F-35 deal finalized, which pissed off Israelis, and we don't care
I
because
don't know. Look, I always
we don't
have this. I always have this. Look, I'm not a technician at all,
Okay.
but I always do not understand it. That okay, with my simple mind on this issue, you want to buy something that when you want to really use it, the country that just have produced all this kind of equipment could just push the button and just turn off all the equipment.
Deactivated. Like we have this interesting thing.
Unless you attack Iran. Look, if you want to attack Iran, everything is on your hand. It's okay. Just attack it. But I think, for example, just imagine. I mean, of course, Saudi Arabia wants to enhance its kind of security in the region. Definitely, that makes sense. And one of the biggest threat to Saudi Arabia is Israel at the same time. I mean, they are technically allied as axis with American kind of power. But just imagine a day in which the Saudis want to defend themselves from the Israeli aggression. Are the F-35s going to work? I doubt.
I think Saudis kind of know that.
Yeah, of course. I'm
Getting closer to China.
Yeah, they want to have their kind of, they just want to kind of
They want to have other options.
diversify their source of
And
equipment.
about the thing that you said that if the war came and you cannot use your airplanes and fighter jets, this
we
was
had this idea.
this was this like anecdote from Armenia when the war between Armenia and Azerbaijan started. Armenian jets were flying and they were like circling and patrolling across Azerbaijan, but they didn't do anything.
They didn't target anywhere.
Yeah, they couldn't target anything.
Why? What was the
and
reason?
it was like, why is nothing coming down why are they just watching us from above, how we are tearing them apart and defeating them? And turned out that Russians didn't give them the missiles needed for attacking. They were like patrolling. They were like, yes, we are here. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's really bad on the ground. So yeah, that's what happens when you buy your stuff.
Yeah, so that's the, anyway.
And then we had in November ramping of the pressure to disarm Hezbollah in Lebanon by this government.
That is still going on.
This is still going on. This is their plan A, that this government this coalition that we put together could pressure Hezbollah and disarm it.
Which probably is not going to work.
And it's not going to work. The second, plan B is a civil war, another bloody civil war taking place in Lebanon, which they have the history, there was this 16 years of brutal civil war, and Israel got involved in that, and Sabra and Shatila massacres happened during that, and it could get ugly. And plan C, and probably what is actually going to happen, because if there is a civil war, Hezbollah, this damaged and very weakened Hezbollah will still kick the ass of every other.
Yeah, I mean, they know how to do it.
It's not you cannot even compare them to any other actor in Lebanon. So yeah, the plan C and what is probably going to happen during the next couple of months is Israel invading Lebanon and occupying the lands up to the Litani River.
Yes, and doing another genocide probably.
And
And
yeah. So yeah, then we have December, we are don't worry, we are coming to an end. Australia attack that happened.
Bondi Beach.
Yeah.
The Bondi Beach. Bondi, that's Bondi, yeah.
Bondi Beach, which was a like Hanukkah celebration.
Hanukkah.
Celebration. I don't know how many people died, but
Yeah, so many people. It was, I think 15 or 16 people were killed and were murdered. And I think it was an kind of an ISIS orchestrated, or at least kind of ideologically affiliated with ISIS.
ISIS related, yeah, jihadist related, and Israelis were jumped to the thing that
It was Hezbollah. I mean, like, dude, this is ISIS. This is Hezbollah. They're just enemy. They have been enemy, and you just think
there was just no sign that it.
IRGC, IRM. Come on.
Yeah, there was just no sign of that, and turned out to be just.
I think we missed one point. You finished?
Kinda, yeah.
What
Epstein
happened?
files, like released like nights ago. New United States national security strategy published, which is very important, and like stuff with AI and semiconductors.
AI is still another topic that we should talk about, because I think internationally, when you wanna have a better analysis of what is really going on this region, and not this region, I mean on this world, you really need to understand the AI race that is happening between China and the US, and at the same time Chinese companies. Just one thing that we missed is this war between Pakistan and Afghanistan, which that as well is still going on and will erupt again. And I think, look, just to give you some context, because I think this is so underrated, while so much, I mean, it has so much of importance in it, is that the region of Balochistan is going to be, I think, a really it is already a dangerous place. But right now we have this kind of clashes between the Pakistanis and the separatists like PLA and all these Baloch groups, as well as the TTP terrorists that are kind of operating in the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Tehrik
Taliban, Pakistan, yeah. I think what is going to happen is that the Americans are seeing all this situation there as an opportunity, so that they would be able to just destabilize the whole region. Because when they destabilize the whole region, the first country that they would endanger its interests is Iran, because it just directly affects our national security. And then it's China, because the BRI project and the CPEC corridor, that just moves from China to, I mean, the rest of the world, to the Indian Ocean, through the Pakistani soil and Balochistan.
And basically Chinese want that to bypass the Malacca Strait of Malacca, which is a choke point that the US can just grab whenever it wants.
So China is just trying to expand its kind of corridors.
Yeah.
And just remember the name of Balochistan and all these words. So the Pakistan thing with India and the Pakistan thing with Afghanistan has direct links to what is happening in the heart of Middle East, as in Palestine, between Iran and Israel. You know, everything is just related. Everything is just connected to itself. So that's it. I think we just wrapped it. I think we covered it up.
I think mostly, yes. The world is a big place. So many things happen, like the war between Cambodia and Thailand. What the hell was that about? We had that too. We had all these jibber jabber about the Nobel Peace Prize, and they finally gave it to a political prostitute from Venezuela. What the hell? Political prostitute.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, and so many crazy things happened in 2025, and I think 2026 is going to be even more crazy. We
have World Cup in it. Still in 2025 we didn't have World Cup. We have World Cup, and at the same time we had another war, probably between our country and the rest of the world.
And the rest of the world, World War III is on the rise. On the verge.
So just have fun and stay tuned for us.
Stay tuned, yeah. If you are listening, after more than an hour of
Of
us
course they're not
talking.
listening. Of course they.
I
Look,
don't know.
If you are listening to me, I think you're my soulmate. Something. Just please text me.
Okay. I hope your wife doesn't listen to this.
Soulmate. I said soulmate.
Okay.
Okay, my wife is not gonna listen to it. Just don't worry about it.
I'll make sure that she does.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
All right. Yeah.
No one does. It's
But
just
really,
us.
really, if you're listening to this, you can just will you marry me? I don't know. I don't know what. It's just big thanks to you. Give us your.
What if there were
thoughts.
more than one? Will you marry me? All.
Will you all marry me? I'm open to it.
Oh my god.
no,
This is not
just-
me speaking, of course. This is Mehdi.
Yeah, that's me.
Mehdi. This is not
That's
me.
Mehdi Montaser.
I am so committed to my life.
Yeah, he is. No, he is. He's a good guy. He's a family guy.
Inshallah. Yes. You know, it's just in the middle of the night and my wife is just texting and probably she's just so angry with me.
All right,
But
let's
yeah.
wrap this up. Thank you
That
for
was
listening.
interesting.
It was fun for us. I hope it would be fun, informative, or whatever. That
No, we were not informative. Probably we were just
we was just chatting. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I don't know
Yes,
what
they-
I don't know whatever took you to here.
what kind of algorithm said that you need to come here? But
Whatever that is.
yeah. Just yeah,
Thank you.
have fun.
And
Goodbye.
keep in touch.
Yeah.
Goodbye, and have a good one. Happy 2026.
Let's go 2026.
Let's see what we will have to say at the end of 2026.
We are saying goodbye for at least 5 minutes. I think that's it.
fine.
Okay.
Let me just have my moment, dude.
I mean, still, are they
No,
going to
it's
listen?
it's
to us?
fine. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. All right. Love you, everybody. Goodbye.